This is the new Manchester United 23-24 home shirt. These are some of the 90s versions of the Man United home shirt. Yes guys, I've played straight into the Glazers' hands. Right here I've got the new Manchester United 23-24 home strip. I'm not just going to be reviewing it though, we're going to be comparing it to some of our favourite 90s Man United home kits. We've got the 92-94 legendary kit with the laces. We've got the 94-96 kit with the Old Trafford within the material. How does this new kit compare to the sexy button version from 96-98? And obviously, a little bit weird, I've made myself a mannequin for this famous treble winning 98-2000 kit with the zip. Have modern day kits really progressed over the years? How will this new kit hold up against some of these kits from like 30 odd years ago? Well, let's take a bloody look. First time I've ever seen this kit in person. Oosh. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Right guys, before we get onto the 90s versions, we're going to pop each shirt from the Premier League era from 92, what I'm wearing, and we're going to put it against the new shirt. But let's just take a look at this new shirt, because in my eyes, this is a thing of beauty. We've got the Lancashire rose interwoven in the actual shirt itself. I really like that, and I was actually complaining in previous years that we no longer get detailing within the actual shirt itself. Everything is quite generic, and although this maybe is a slightly simpler version of, for example, the Old Trafford one we'll get onto in a moment, it is nice to see some personalisation within the shirts. They're not so generic, they're not just off a template that all teams have. In my eyes, this definitely is one of the better shirts we've had over the years. Now, I will do a comparison between this and last season's one, because I was a massive fan of last season's one as well. I do like a collar, but I know a lot of people do prefer, what even is that? It's not really a round neck or a V-neck, it's somewhere in between. It's a beautiful collar. I mean, when I seen the pictures leaked online, I didn't even notice that it had the black, white and red little trim around the collar. I thought it was just black, so that is really nice. We've got a similar style design as last season with the black Adidas free stripes. Obviously same branding on the sleeve. I'm not going to be a proper dinosaur here and moan that we don't have the Premier League patches on each of the sleeves, because I understand in this era, especially under the Glazers, we need all the money we can get. There was talk of changing the sponsor. Maybe if we changed ownership, we might have had a different sponsor. I think Team Viewer's not a bad sponsor on the eye. When I view the Team Viewer sponsor, unlike the new Villa sponsor, which is pretty disgusting despite the kit being nice, I'm really happy with that. Let's have a look at the back. So the back is kind of giving me those that original Nike shirt vibe, I think from the early 2000s. You think Van Nistelrooy and stuff, that had the black trim around the back here. This is quite nice, it's quite simple. They've continued the design of the Lancashire rose on the back, the rear of the sleeves. But obviously if you're going to get it printed up, that's going to be covered anyway. I don't get mine printed unless I've got it done at the stadium. I mean, it might be quite a childlike thing to do at the tender age of 34, but it's something I've always done. I've always gone up and got it printed in person. So the fact that I got this ordered off the mega store rather than in person meant that I didn't go with the patches or the printing on the back. And now we're back in the Champions League, I'll probably go for like a Champions League style print. So let's see how this shirt holds up against the one I'm wearing, or was wearing, in the intro of the video. Okay, so before anyone asks, this is an original kit. This is not a retro remake. I bought this from Classic Football Shirts last week in the Manchester store. There is a few marks there, but obviously you get what you pay for. This still cost me 200 quid from Classic Football Shirts in Manchester, so they're by no means cheap if you do like the retro versions, you know, the official original retro versions. So as you can see from comparing the 92 to 94 kit with the new kit is a slightly darker red. I say slightly, it is quite a lot darker. This was quite a bright red for United. They did go a little bit darker as the 90s progressed, so the new kit is a little bit darker than that one. Obviously you've got the infamous lace collar. You can no longer have that apparently due to health and safety. health and safety seem to kill all the fun, but that's better than killing someone from strangulation. So no lace collar versus this collar. Obviously this is more modern. Us that love a 90s throwback, I'd say the collar was better in 92 to 94. Maybe not for playing, but for wearing as a trendy item, I'm gonna say collar goes to this version right here. In terms of playing, you'd probably prefer to play in that collar. So there we go, quite a sitting on the fence answer to that. Obviously sponsor wise, we look at Sharp as an iconic sponsor. It's hard to put anything over Sharp just because of the emotional attachment attached to sponsors. Let me just have a quick drink, 2 secs. I've got more versions we're going to look at in a moment. Where is my bloody drink? There we go. Give me a bit of a buzz for this video. Apologies for the mess, guys. We do have a 90s style home gym setup here that is definitely work in progress. 2 secs. I'm by no means sponsored by Monster. So in terms of the badge, obviously we've progressed over the years to a simple Manchester United rather than Manchester United Football Club. Obviously, I mean, looking at the badges, they're like for like really. I'm not going to put one over the other, simply moving with the times. So in terms of the detailing I mentioned, this has the Umbro detailing within the shirt. This wasn't necessarily unique to Manchester United. You can see in the shirt there is MUFC kind of intertwined in the shirt. Umbro did this with a number of teams though. This wasn't unique to Manchester United. I'm trying to think of some other teams that had Umbro at the time. But I've seen it on some classic football shirt shops. A lot of teams that had Umbro with the laces had their initials within the actual shirt. So although it's slightly personalised, I don't feel like that is more unique to United than this. There's no other team that's got this within the shirt. So for that reason, I actually think the modern 23 to 24 shirt is a little bit more unique to Man United. As iconic as that is, as much as that is one of my favourite shirts, I know I'm on a bit of a high because I've just got this shirt, but I'm actually going to say for uniqueness, even though obviously what is more unique than laces, for uniqueness to United itself, I'm going to go with this actually being a better version. I know you lot are going to go wild in the comments below. Before I actually cement that as the winner, let's flip them over and compare the backs. Now obviously guys, to the naked eye, to you watching at home, you're going to be drawn to that Cantona printing, especially with the Umbro logo. Now that is original printing, guys. That's not like the printing you get now. That's that foamy kind of feel. So obviously to the eye that looks better because there's nothing on the back of that shirt. But again, this is just a continuation of the front with the Umbro and the MUFC. This I know is plain, but they've gone quite unique with this black bit here. The shirt, it's the first Nike shirt. You know the one I'm on about. I've not got it on show, even though I've got it somewhere because this is a 90s football YouTube channel. But again, I'm going to go for this as the winner out of these two. Let's move on to the 94 to 96 shirt. Now please excuse the size difference. These are my original childhood Manchester United shirts. I was a little bit young to get the 92 to 94 shirt. I was born in 89, but here we have the one that came out for the 94-95 season that Blackburn won, and we still had it for the 95-96 season. We did the double in. I've got a video somewhere. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, we got the double as Cantona. Right, so looking at this, I mean, there was comparisons last year with last season's home strip with this home strip. It's got the collar, it's quite similar. We'll have a look at that in a moment, last season's kit. But looking at this straight up, this, you've got again the personalisation I was on about. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but there's Old Trafford within the actual material of this shirt. For me, that is a massive plus. I love the personalisation. I think United by this point got the special treatment from Umbro because Fergie's dominance was just about to completely take over English football. Obviously this is personalisation as well, but I would say having Old Trafford is a little bit cooler than having the Lancashire Rose. Look at the collars though. I would personally put this collar over that collar, although they're quite similar in terms of colouring. I just prefer a collar. Again, that's personal preference. I'm sure that's more for wearing from a fashion point of view as opposed to playing. Obviously I don't play pro football, thankfully. I'm absolutely useless. I think this would probably be better to wear on the pitch. So in terms of sponsoring, this is actually within the material And this is an original shirt, guys. This is just what they did for replica ones in the shop. I got this from Old Trafford itself when I was a wee lad. So I like the fact that this is sewn on, printed on. That for me is a plus. Although this badge is nice, again I preferred last season's one in a shield, as I prefer this one, although albeit the old badge, the fact that it's in a shield. So for me, this shirt, whether it's sentiment, is definitely taken over. I'm personally saying that that shirt is better. Let's have a quick look at the backs. I distinctly remember going to Old Trafford for this shirt, but I'm pretty sure I got it printed after, because that's not, I don't think that's the official printing. I think you would have had the Umbro logos, probably not the Premier League logos by that point, but I remember getting it from the shop because I also got the Corinthian team pack at the same time. Well, it's Fergie and Brian Kidd over there. So for me, I like the fact that they've continued the Old Trafford on the back. Obviously this is a bit more basic. So again, winner 94 to 96. Again guys, comment below if you disagree with any of my opinions. That's cool, it's opinions, isn't it? Let us know in the comments below. So we've got this winning out of that, and we've got this one beating the new one. Now on to the button. So I mentioned at the start of the video that up until this season I was really missing the detailing within the shirt. This has still got it. This has got the Man United badge within the actual shirt. You've got a slight gradient, but it also has the Theatre of Dreams written on the shirt. So it doesn't have Old Trafford, but it has the Theatre of Dreams. I do like the detailing on the sleeve. They've gone a little bit darker. Obviously that was a very light red, and then the previous one, it's kind of a middle of the road red, bit of a tongue twister that one. This is a bit darker, as you can see, compared to the new shirt. They're about the same kind of colour. So in terms of colour, quite similar, but obviously you've got the badge in the middle. I did see a few of these when I went to, let's give them a little bit of a shout out, when I went to Classic Football Shirts, but although it was many years ago I wore that one, that fit is very, very baggy. When you think of a 90s football shirt, you think of a baggy shirt, but sometimes it's baggy in a cool way. I just feel like the fit of that shirt, look at it, it's just like a bloody tent. I have not tried this one on yet, and I can't wait to do so. We'll do in a moment, but for fit alone, that is not my favourite shirt, even though I was a kid and I didn't really care at the time. I can guarantee that will fit better. From an aesthetic point of view, I don't like the badge and the sponsor being too low down on the shirt. I prefer them being a bit higher, as you tend to get with modern kits. So for me at the moment, I'm actually gearing towards the new 23-24 kit. I know a lot of you will disagree. Let's just take a look at the back. Obviously, we've got to mention the button. I mean, the button's quite iconic, but it wasn't necessarily unique to Manchester United. I know England had it at the time as well. It's cool, it's different, it's nice to look back, but at the time, maybe wasn't the best design they'd had. I'm definitely gearing towards the new United shirt. Let's have a look at the backs. Obviously you've seen that many a time now. Please ignore the Cantona, although it's hard to ignore. French god. I was obviously a Cantona fan back in the day. I've not just been one of those young lads that's jumped on the hype from all the YouTube videos. I loved Cantona back in the day, and he did retire whilst wearing that Man United home strip. Looking at the backs, it's tricky because there is detailing within this shirt, but I don't think there's anything written in the shirt. It's not that unique, but obviously they've continued the sleeve patterns, but they've done that on there as well. So ladies and gents, I'm actually going to say the new shirt beats the 96 to 98 shirt. Right guys, I'm not an absolute lunatic. I normally have this on display over in the corner, my little Man United display. I've normally got shirts along the back, but yeah, I'm trying to give you a visual idea as to how that would look while someone wore it, because obviously it's too small for me. I'd have been about, Christ, 10, 11, 12, something like that. I was young. So comparing that with that, in terms of colour, I'd say the treble one, I know it's faded a bit over the years. It's kind of a slightly peachy pinky red, whether that's again just age. It's definitely not that deep red the new shirt is. But looking at it, I mean, let's be honest, that is not only iconic because we won the treble, and obviously there's a lot of nostalgia attached to that shirt, but it's so unique. It's still cool. Like, I've seen people wearing it. There's that guy on the Saturday Social on Sky Sports. He wears it quite often. It's still a really cool shirt. Now, if you're going to buy remakes, a lot of the time, especially from the Man U store, they can't put the Umbro branding on the shirt, and they actually miss out this detailing right here, which for me I think is one of the nicest parts of that shirt. Again, not unique to Man United. I think Everton had it as well. The zip, not necessarily unique either, but it's such a beautiful shirt. But it was the sign or the start of change within football kits, in my opinion, because we no longer have the detailing of anything personal to Manchester United within that. It was more about fashion and the way it looked, the way it fitted, as opposed to personalisation. So for me, I'm preferring the personalisation here, but I would not be a United fan really if I chose the new kit over that kit. There's just so many good memories. In terms of the way it looks, I actually think it's close, but let's be honest, you can't choose the new one over that. It just wouldn't be right. Let's have a little spin round of my dummy. Ooh, Beckham printing. My shirt's gone a bit wonky on the back, but Beckham printing's fading. I've had that out so many times. Got the official Premier League printing right there. That foamy material doesn't tend to do too well in the washing machine. Look at it, it's beautiful. I know I've got the collar up. The red, white and black, should I say, similar to what we got here, but it's hard to put the new kit, as nice as the new kit is, above that. We're gonna have to go treble. Bex, you're the winner, mate. But ladies and gents, we're not over yet, because right here, let's compare the Champions League kit. Again, so much nostalgia attached to that shirt. We're gonna compare that to that. Obviously a little bit different. It's weird because we have so many kits these days. We always have third kits, but we never have a unique Champions League kit. I know this was to represent obviously our win in 1968, I think it was. Did it come out in 97, just before the what would that have been, the 30-year anniversary of winning our only win at that time, the Champions League or the European Cup? There is detailing within that shirt. I'm not sure if you can see it. It does say MUFC actually interwoven in the shirt, so it is a little bit unique. And what's more unique, again I don't think you can see it, is the Champions League logo right there. Very unique to the shirt. It was something not many people were doing at the time. I know Man U come under a lot of stick, and I was actually in a newspaper article back around this time. I was actually wearing the goalie shirt that went with that. I was at Old Trafford, and I think it was the Sun, or it was some newspaper, asked me to do an interview with them, me and my family, about the price of football shirts and how Man U were just ripping fans off with the amount of merch that parents had to buy. I obviously didn't care because I was getting all the merch and spoilt rotten, so nice little fun fact right there. Something I really disliked though, looking back, and I probably didn't even notice it as a kid. What can you notice right there? The fact that I've got the Premier League bloody printing on a Champions League shirt. Obviously the printing was a little bit different in the Champions League than it was the Premier League. So that's something that's really annoyed me. Obviously I can't wear this shirt anyway, so no one tends to see that. York and Cole, lethal combination in that treble winning season. Let's just stick to the shirts though. In terms of the shirts, I mean, oh, my Merlin sticker album's falling down. Shout out to Merlin stickers. Let me know in the comments below if you collected the Merlin stickers. Obviously the back is quite plain. There's not really anything personal in terms of United uniqueness, but it's a United unique shirt in general, so do they need that? Again guys, I mean, I've worn one of these. I tried one on at Classic Football Shirts. They fit beautifully. For a 90s shirt, that Champions League shirt was ahead of its time. It's got the tapered bottom. Let's just lift it up. It's got the tapered bottom. You see it's a little bit curved. So really, really nice. So I've got to, I'm a United fan, so I've got to go with this over, oops, fell on the floor, over the new one. I don't feel that bad about the new one. Look at the disrespect. Let's get it back on the side. Before we continue the video guys, don't forget that on my Instagram, TikTok and YouTube shorts, we had one piece of France 98 memorabilia to the World Cup wall. It's inspired by Soccer AM. They did a similar thing back in 98. And also, I'm going to be doing a video about my experience last week at Classic Football Shirts in Manchester. Also got another shirt coming from their website, so we're going to enjoy doing an honest review on Classic Football Shirts. Check those videos out. Anyway, back to the video. So here we go. Here's the new Man United 23-24 shirt. It fits really nicely. I just want to compare this shirt to last season's kit. So follow me, Melissa. I've got the missus behind the camera. We've got a few more United shirts over here. So this is last season's shirt. Now, which one do you prefer?
The white one.
You definitely prefer the new one. You're just saying that, aren't you?
No, I do prefer that one, yeah.
Do you? So I loved last year's shirt for the collar. I'm a collar man, but you hated that collar, didn't you? You didn't really like collars. Or did you like collars? Or didn't you care?
I don't really care.
She doesn't really care. So if you look at the detailing within this shirt compared to the last season's one, you've literally just got stripes. It's not very personalised to Man United, whereas this one's obviously got the Lancashire rose. Obviously I got it printed, got that done at the stadium. But for me, personally, I'd say the new kit is better than last season's kit, just for the fact that it's unique.
It's got more detail on it, I think.
There we go. She summarised it beautifully. So that's basically cue to finish the video. Before we do, I'm just going to hang that one back up there. Oh, who remembers the United grey kit from, was it 95, 96? We could do a similar thing for away kits, let me know in the comments below. We've also got goalkeeper kits. I was a massive goalie fan, or Schmeichel fan as a kid. This was from 95, 96. I think that was maybe 96, 97. We've got 97, 98. We've got an away keeper kit here. Again, they all had Schmeichel on the back. So we could do a slight comparison from the modern day goalie kit with the 90s equivalents. I don't think new goalie kits come out yet, whether that's because David De Gea might be our goalie or not, who knows. So there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I know football didn't start in 92. I don't have the early 90s Adidas top, the last of the early Adidas era. I'm going to try and look for that shirt, maybe off classic football shirts, and we'll do a comparison between the new Manchester United 23-24 home shirt with that last Adidas shirt of the 90s. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that video. Like the video if you like the video, and subscribe for weekly 90s football nostalgia. I'll see you next week.